Oh, thank you very much, Chair Durbin, and I will also say nice things about you. Senator Grassley and I have both been chairs of this committee, and you've run the committee through this difficult time very well. I do have a statement before I begin. I constantly hear the name of former Judge Bork coming up, and as one of those who was here for the Bork hearings, I do remember what was described as a confirmation conversion as he changed his position dramatically during the hearings. I know that when it came to a vote, he did not pass the committee. As we all know, the White House was quietly trying to get him to withdraw his name, but the Democratic-controlled Senate said if he wanted a vote, we'd have a vote on the Senate floor, even if he didn't make it to the committee. He did have a vote on the Senate floor. There were at least a couple of Democrats who voted for him. There were so many Republicans who voted against him, he lost. Had all the Republicans voted for him, he would have won. But I think a number of the Republicans felt the same way that the White House quietly did. The name should have been withdrawn. It makes a nice slogan, but I think it'd be wise if we use the honest history. But now we are going to undertake one of our most consequential duties, to consider and vote whether to advance a nominee to the United States Supreme Court. Our nominee, Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson, in my mind embodies the highest ideals of our judiciary and the legal profession. During the confirmation proceedings, she put on a master class about what it means to be an independent, fair-minded justice. Her grace, intellect, temperament, wit are exactly what Americans want and deserve on our nation's highest court. I will proudly and confidently vote aye to advance her historic nomination to the U.S. Senate. This is my 21st Supreme Court confirmation process. I voted to confirm Supreme Court nominees nominated by Republican and Democratic presidents alike. I think I've voted for more Republican-nominated nominees to the Supreme Court than many of my Republican colleagues on this panel. I voted against party lines, even when it's not popular to do so. And I've always approached the consideration of Supreme Court nominees in the same manner, with an open and objective mind, giving weight to the qualifications, temperament, and record of the individual who's been nominated. That's because I've always believed, and still do, that our independent judiciary should be above partisan politics. Now, when I say Judge Jackson is one of the most objectively well-qualified Supreme Court nominees I've ever considered, it is rooted in decades of experience in evaluating these nominees. I know that's going to fall on deaf ears with some members of this committee, members who unfortunately cared more about seeing their sound bites on the social media field than seriously and respectfully question the nominees. Members who badgered Judge Jackson, refused to let her answer questions, even refused to respect basic rules and decorum of the committee and the Senate. The fact that Judge Jackson maintained a calm demeanor and confidence in the face of such disrespectful behavior underscores her remarkable temperament. That's an attribute we need on our nation's highest court. But I hope there are other senators, those to whom I give great credit for asking serious questions and treating the nominee with respect, who will see this historic moment for what it is, a chance to unite across party lines around one of the most brilliant legal minds in our country, just as we did three times before on our previous confirmations. Now, a chance to elevate the first ever black woman to the Supreme Court, widening the lens of our Supreme Court's representation, ensuring that our democracy's institutions become ever more inclusive and representative with each generation. Also a chance to show Americans that the independence and integrity of our judiciary is something that we need and that we value more than our party affiliations. What a reaffirming signal it would send to the American people if we break free from the politics of the moment and unite behind Judge Jackson. What a refreshing departure there'd be from the tired tribalism that's infected virtually every corner of our political system. Judge Jackson has given me every reason to be hopeful, not only for our court, but for our country. Judge Jackson, just in being nominated, has already helped move our country forward. Millions of people across the country tuned into our hearings. They saw themselves as part of our democratic process like they never had before. That's something we should all be proud of, something we should always strive for in our system of self-government. Now, I'm a former chair of this committee. I'm president pro tem. I'm the dean of the Senate. I continue to hope that we'll be an aspirational committee and that the Senate can still serve as the conscience of the nation, as we often have before in key moments. So let's put partisanship and pettiness aside. Vote to advance this extraordinary nominee, Judge Jackson, to the Senate floor. Vote aye in ultimately confirming her to the United States Supreme Court. And realize we are in the midst of an historic moment. The history books will be taking notes. People will read this history for generations to come. And the only question we have is whether we will rise to meet this moment in history. I intend to. Thank you, Chair.